I've got this speech cut down to about an hour, so... well, it does fall at every wedding for the father to say a few kind words to his daughter, about his daughter. Anne in particular has done hours and hours of creative work, working on the lighting, the flowers, the candles and everything else. And I know I speak on behalf of all of you who've commented on this when I say you did a terrific job. And Colin did his work as well. He really did. His contribution was to take a team of experts to Barcelona to carry out research into alcoholic beverages for us, for this event. They spared no effort whatsoever. They really got into their job, even at the risk of their health and sanity. But it was all worth it. You did a really good job. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, the next part really is talking about Anne. And what does a father say about his daughter without sounding just a little bit biased? So I thought it would be a good idea to think about other people's view of Anne as she grew up. There's a group of people here who remember her best when she was growing up as a little girl in England. And she was into everything. I mean, she was always sketching fashion pictures, non-stop. She was dressing up. She's even dressing up today. But the thing I remember most of all was the total war between Anne and her darling brother John, who's over there from California. It was non-stop fighting. The sort of thing, you young parents have seen it probably. It's the, will you stop touching me? Stuff, right? Anyway, we eventually found a solution to that problem. It was a bit drastic. We put one child on one continent and the other one on a different continent, and they get on like a house on fire, so they work. Try it. The other group, of course, are mostly the people over here from the States who, their images of Anne come from her growing up there. The high school girl, the straight-A student, the person who was involved in just about everything going on at the school. She even, some of you may remember this, she volunteered at the local hospital. They're called candy stripers over there because of the colour of the uniform. And she got involved in all sorts of things at the hospital, handing out magazines to the patients, a bit of brain surgery here and there. But that, to me, showed a sign of an aspect of Anne that was here today. She's a giving person. She's always wanting to help people. There's another side of her as well that we haven't told this to Colin yet. She's not afraid of a fight. She's got very strong principles and ideas about things, and she's not afraid to defend her principles. And I will remember years and years ago, she was very concerned about things going on in the world at that time. It was the time of the first Gulf War, and said, "Well, get out there and do what you think." And the very next day, when I came home from work, I turned on the TV, and there was Anne on the screen being interviewed at this mass rally, and she was really giving them hell. I thought, that's my daughter. And I should have known that, because a few years earlier there was another mass rally in Cincinnati, and this was all about heavy-handed censorship of the arts. And she was there that day took a day off from school, we were going to get in real trouble. But what it shows is that Anne doesn't mind a fight, so you've been warned. Okay, and then there is another group here who have known Anne really since she came back to the UK. And Barbara and I would like to get together with you after this and find out the real scoop about what she was getting up to, because we were kind of out of touch at that point. When she came back to England, we always knew she would come back to Europe somewhere. But when she came back, it wasn't easy for Anne. She was away from her friends and relatives and so on, and her money was running out. She was looking for a job, and jobs were hard to find. And there was a group of people who rallied round and helped her a great deal at that time. Some of them are here, others are not here. But Barbara and I will be eternally grateful to those folks. To know that Anne was in good hands. And as I say, we were worried ourselves, but you people helped out. It was terrific. And there was another bright spot at that point when Anne came here. We started getting little reports about Anne stepping out with a certain young man who was, the reports were a bit sketchy, but it seemed that he was really good looking. He got a terrific job. He got this big fancy car. By all accounts, he was not into sort of mind-altering substances or anything like that. He was kind to animals. He was just a terrific guy. We couldn't wait to meet him. And actually we didn't, because then she started going out with Colin. Who turned out to be twice as good. No, I don't care. I don't care what they say about you, Colin. He has one great talent. He really knows how to choose a wife. So at that point, when you bring all of these opinions and images together, like little pieces of a jigsaw, and you put it all together, the thing that emerges, the person that emerges, is a wonderful daughter and a kind and loyal friend. That's it. And at this point, I would like you all to join with me in a toast. Thank you, sir. It's very simple. Everyone got a drink. And this is to Anne, the new Mrs. Sadler.